Ambassador Gemini, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host to the universe, Christopher Witecki. Welcome back. And I do want to point out our sponsor, LightCastBootcamp.com. Lightcast Bootcamp is the class where I teach one-on-one, or actually one by group. That's not true. It's live on webcam is what I mean. For 6 weeks on Sundays, how to step into your magic. And this is a formula, I got to tell you. There's a new age around the corner. We're starting to play by the new age, and if you want to master the new age, you need to master the moment. And that's what Lightcast Bootcamp is about, your reality, your awareness, how to be in control of you. Ever felt out of control? You won't be if you pass this class. So check that out. Also, come check out our awesome community for amazing people living in their brightest potential. That's what it is for Remarkable Soul. SoulGarden.me. We have a huge support community. We have a writing staff, a lot of Geminis on this staff. This week's topic is I Think I Can, I Think I Can, which I think is an awesome article for Geminis, because what you think is what you can or can't do, right? So check out that article, and thank you to all of our Gemini writers. Come log in, meet your peeps. We have office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays now. We have live chat. We have extra resources. We have videos. And most of all, we are in the touch. We have our thumb on the pulse of where the universe is going. So at least if you're registered, we can send you an email. All right, so come on down. Now, where is the Gemini race? Well, this is a very important month, and this is an incredibly important week of the month. We're in chapter 2 now of Sun in Pisces, and the Gemini tribe is working on your control consciousness. Control consciousness, the part that controls your soul, the part that takes control of your soul, is your decision making, your decision engine, the part of you that makes a decision. And you know, Geminis, decision making is a big deal to Geminis. In fact, I would say Geminis are rather cautious and take a long time before they make their decisions. Decisions end up with where you go, how your legacy is carved. Every decision is a cut away from what won't happen. So you're literally working on the part of you that makes decisions, and that turns into career, that turns into legacy, that turns into what we're known for on the planet. So it turns into the big stuff. As we start in chapter 1 on Monday, it's time to decide what's not going to work when it comes to control issues. I can't be controlling my wife, or I can't be out of control with myself. I must make quicker decisions. So you're deciding all that, but you're also probably big picture saying, and this job won't work, or this career won't work this way, or now I must do this. So it is a carving on Monday, a carving, and the moon in Taurus puts emotions on the subconscious. So there might be some worry. It might be inspired by worry or a lack of faith, or might be inspired by a sudden burst of faith. But faith has a lot to do with it, and subconscious currents are kind of stirring. You might have had some weird dreams from Sunday into Monday, for instance. That would be a subconscious current. Now on Tuesday, you want to act on that decision. So if you decided to change jobs or whatever, or stop doing this, or start doing this, or make quicker decisions, whatever your decisions were, put your money where your mouth is and put it into action. Put it immediately into action in your daily life. Action is an important ingredient in light casting reality. We learned about that in boot camp. The moon will still be in Taurus, so you're still having to act with or without faith, depending on where you're standing on the light side of the moon or the dark side of the moon, and when it's touring the subconscious on Tuesday. Now, for those of you who are watched over personally by me through the Guardian Agency, I will send a personal text about your soul and your chart and what it takes you to act. So going back to your Mars and some other things and what it takes for you to act, that goes out on Tuesday. Look for it on your phone. And that's it. Then to Wednesday. Wednesday is a transition day. We're moving from chapter 1 to chapter 2. That's literally what the 10th degree is. And we're holding space for what's possible, and at the same time turning our back on what we've decided. So it's kind of a magical day in that way. You'll be feeling better regardless, because the moon moves into your sign in Gemini. So you'll have 3 days of emotions and personality working together starting on Wednesday. So I think if nothing else, you can say to yourself, if you're having a hard Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday is when things start to really click for you. And the only thing that clicks is this gorgeous soul pyramid in Earth, which is a major investment from the universe. This is going to be time and space speeding up. Time speeding up because it's a grand trine, space speeding up because it's earth science. So we're going to see space and time really moving quickly. This means 3 parts or 3 states of your awareness will be talking to one another at a faster rate. What happens? Well, you get to conclusions faster. You can, oh, I see, you can reduce, you can go forward. It really triggers from Jupiter. Jupiter in Taurus, which started last summer, took a break, and now it's moving forward again, is pushing for Geminis to develop your spiritual faith. You must have some operating spiritual faith, even if your faith is in the statistics of death. If your faith is going to be in statistics and averages, fine. But you have to have faith in math. Faith in math, faith in numbers, faith somewhere. For atheists, it comes in math. No problem. Learn the statistics, learn your math, learn your God. But it's time to do it and step in it and believe in it, because the world has a lot in store for you when Jupiter goes into your sign at the end of this year. So faith building on one side. Pluto in Capricorn, okay, this is a biggie, is saying, hey Gemini, you've got to make the leap and jump into a new set of boundaries. Probably a set of boundaries you aren't comfortable with. In order to have faith, you're going to have to do stuff you're not comfortable with. So this is not a fun line. And then at the top of this, Mars in Virgo is saying, I know you've been trying to create a new home and a new family and new sorts of moving forward with the way you take care of yourself. But Mars is retrograde, so in order for you to have new faith and in order for you to change your boundaries, you're going to have to actually make some changes in the way you take care of yourself and some of the decisions you've made at home. All right? That's what Mars retrograde is. Pretty powerful. But don't worry, Moon's in your sign, so you feel like maybe nothing's wrong. And that's kind of how it's going to be on this day. But it's a powerful day, and this trine only gets tighter as the week moves forward. On Thursday, the cool, interesting news is that we see Neptune come out to play at 1 degree. Neptune has been in the 0 degree up until now, therefore offline and a moot topic as far as I was concerned. But now she's online. Now, Neptune is the focusing agent of compassion and God consciousness, and Pisces, the sign it's in, is compassion and God consciousness. That means right now we're getting a double dose or a double Oreo cookie of God, and we're going to get that double dose for 14 years. All right? I've talked about this in the Act 1 videos and how far it goes back. This blast of God consciousness is hitting you where? In control issues. In other words, the universe is saying to Geminis, you know what should determine what the decision should be? Whatever God tells you in the moment. Maybe the only policy is that you ask God. Oh, how interesting. You happen to be opening up your psychic awareness at the same time you're being told to ask God. Isn't that amazing? I love the themes that go on. So this is a very powerful day. Hopefully on Thursday you start to get it. Don't worry, you're feeling cocky anyways. The moon's in your sign and Neptune's come out to play. Then on Friday, can't wait till Friday, Jupiter rules the day, so this is going to be a day of exploration. And for you, if you have been open, you've been doing this career transit, if you're listening to your intuition, which is God consciousness, your psychic side, then it's a day of exploring your options in career. And even with decision making, exploring your options. You know, when you decide, maybe you always wait till last minute to decide. That's one option on how to decide. What are your other options on how to decide? Waiting for several weeks? I mean, there's a lot of options. So think outside your own box is what Jupiter is saying. And the moon is moving into Cancer, which is an interesting dynamic because as you are thinking outside your box about career, suddenly your emotions are concerned about money. So it's career and money on Friday, and money might be a big part of your push. Just don't forget to bring God into it. With Neptune in this space, in your career space, it means, yes, listen to your intuition before you make decisions, but it also means that your career is your church for the next 14 years. That church is your career. And if you are pointing your career to anything you don't see as holy, you are going against the currents of the universe, says Neptune here. And I wouldn't go against God or Neptune. Not this one. In these other planets, maybe. Not Neptune. Now, the moon is also starting to oppose Pluto at this point, and the other dynamic here is, as you're doing all this crap and this and this and this and that, the universe is saying, oh, okay, I know you want to feel more valuable. I know money is inspiring you. Well, if you want money, you're going to have to draw some boundaries. This is that boundary consciousness. This is that trust. This is living outside that comfort zone. So it's a balance between changing boundaries, but not too much or you lose money. But to make money, you got to spend money. But yeah, that's the yin-yang of that. Hey, by the way, don't forget, on Fridays, we do have SG Live, starring Carolyn Nagel and myself. We're doing our live webcam radio. We have live chat. We bring our viewers in. We talk about topics from that perspective of the planets, and it is live in what we call SG Prime Time, which is 9 a.m. Honolulu, or all the way around the world would be 7 p.m. London. Figure out where you fit in between. Then on Saturn Day, this is where the day goes hallelujah. I call it a holy shift. It's a holy shift because the universe is doing so much, all you've got to really do is just stand still and you'll watch the universe shift around you. That's what I believe happens. It's a holy shift day and very rare. I mean, look at this. It's beautiful. Now, this is a, first of all, it's a breakdown day. Uranus rules the day. So if you've been in denial about career or decision making or anything like that, if you played stubborn and refused to see things, shift hits the fan, it will break down. You'll get fired, something will happen, shift hits the fan. The universe is not going to let you not get this, especially with Neptune here, with God going, hello, Gemini. So if you're not getting it, it's going to break down. If you did get it, and you've been already starting to aim towards where you want to go, you should on Saturday actually have a breakthrough or start to see the next level. Like maybe you're holding on to some sort of job so tight, but then when you actually were let loose of it, you were like, wait a second, this could be so much better. That is Uranus breakdown breakthrough example. One of the two will happen. So that's going on. At the same time, we've got this hallelujah chord that the universe is striking. And I just want to go through what the universe is saying to Geminis on this particular day. God has a lot to say. You'll appreciate it. On the one hand, it is time to break down breakthrough. So it's all about, where is my career? At the end of the day, where's your career? Well, I'll tell you where your career is. As long as you are expanding your faith, right? And at the same time, opening up your boundaries. And at the same time, reconsidering the way you live and take care of yourself. And at the same time, feeling about what you're worth, but not too much to where it screws up your boundaries. You got to spend some money to make some money. But at the same time, Venus comes online. Again, Saturn. Saturn is saying, and don't forget what your heart really wants. And don't forget what you're supposed to do in the world. It's a huge chord. It's what I call a holy shift. And if you don't know how to do this on Saturday, just go limp. Let the universe do the work. That's one of the days it does. This actually inspired a new service that we're launching as of this week, and I call it the GA Alert Network. This is kind of like our Soul Garden emergency broadcast system, where if you put your name in this little hat, we'll text you when shift hits the fan, and only when shift hits the fan. This is not GA watching over you, except for an emergency. And we probably have to sell advertising. But if you want to be in the network and get what text when something happens, you can always opt out immediately. It's all programmed. Text the word GA text me to 96362, and you're in like Flynn. We'll let you know when things happen. Finally, Sunday. Sunday is a Mercury day, so you should be feeling pretty good. Your home planet's ruling the day. Everyone's intellectual. Everyone's Gemini. Everyone's talking about it. So Sunday is a day where things are pretty bouncing off the walls. Things are kind of coasting. This is a day where you're going to get it. So if you didn't understand this whole career decision, the entire transit of the week, you should get it Sunday. You should have clarity. You should understand. All of this magic keeps happening. We'll be talking about this in next week's horoscope. This Grand Trine keeps coming back and really pushes the world through its transformation this spring. So it's a powerful, powerful time. But at this point, we are clear. We've cleared off all the Chapter 1 stuff. The old career is dead. You're free to manifest. And this is actually why I planned boot camp to start on this Sunday. So on this Sunday, we start boot camp because now is when I planned, everything's cool. This is the time to do it. So if you want to join, now's the time to join. All right, Gemini, that's all I have for your 7-day forecast. Good luck with all that. I'll either would text you or see you in 7. Until then, live, love, be.